Hello and welcome to Disconnected's final round coverage of the Daniel Boe Memorial. I'm Ethan Wellin and I'm joined in the booth by Chris Brophy. How you doing, Chris?
Glad to be here.
Got a fantastic lead card in this beautiful final round in Escondido, California. And Gavin Boss, our leader, teeing off in the first.
Gavin was leading after round one, so he was able to hang on that lead. I'm sure he'd like to be leading after the end of this round as well. Avi, nice up-and-comer.
And this is Daniel Perry, 17. All these men are 17 years old. High schoolers that are, making a name on the pro scene. And then we've got Sias Elmore. Great San Diego player, MVP sponsored. I looked back and saw that Sias's first MPO win was the 2015 UFO Open, when I calculated that all the rest of the guys on this card were in the second grade, Chris.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, 3 17-year-olds, that's impressive. Guess MPO is a young man's game.
Yeah, but Sias, I got to think, has got about as many rounds at Kit Carson Park as anyone, and I expect him to show the young men a couple of routes today.
Yeah, Sias has been a real solid player for a long time. He's done a little time on tour as well, so he has a lot of experience, especially here. This tricky par 4 has been getting some of these guys early on, getting off the tee. Oh, Avi's trying to push up there. He was thinking eagle. Wow.
It's going to be a tempting putt. We haven't seen basically any eagles on these short par 4s along the canal the first 2 days, so I do wonder, final round, gunning for a win or a podium finish, if we might see guys pushing a little more with driver, trying to get opportunities to pick up an extra stroke.
It looked like Daniel was trying there. At 418, definitely reachable if you can get it straight and under those trees. That OB comes up quick on the left side. Sit. Doesn't want that. Yeah. Pretty sketchy putt.
For Gavin, goes to sleep on the lead with an A tier. Has never been in this spot before in his disc golf career. I kind of like the layup play there. I kind of like, just keeping everything very steady, knowing that 18 holes is a lot of golf, and that he's going to stick to the game plan and not press to try and protect his position. It makes me think the young man's got a good game plan. He's sticking to it.
Sit down. Oh, shoot. Just leaked OB. Smooth up shot from Sias.
This hole played half a stroke easier in the final round than it did on the first 2 days. I don't know if that's a wind direction thing or if maybe some guys were figuring out, either a safer par play or a better route to attack this green. Don't really see much evidence of it on our lead card, though.
Great putt from Avi for the par from out of bounds there.
Like a bit of an earlier release.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody wants to push it into that river.
Sias got it wide.
Oh,
No,
wide and wet.
penalized for it.
Look like Daniel wanted any of that. And that's even close to OB.
Wow, with that vicious crosswind pushing towards the out of bounds, you have to be really careful with this upshot. I like Avi's play. Just leave it over there on the tailwind side. Make a 10-footer. Not mess around with the hard pan on the right side of this green.
Yeah, the hole's reachable, but a funky shape. It doesn't surprise me that they're getting pars and worse.
Slow start for our lead card through the first four, and that's bringing a lot of players back into the conversation. You know, we got Zaylin Nash on the chase card, a great San Diego player, a lot of reps on this way out. We've also got John Ryan, down on the third card. We saw him throw a really great round one on our feature card, and a couple of early birdies from him are putting him right back in the conversation.
A lot of golf left. They're going to want to start painting some green on their cards.
There's a great putt, Gavin. Wake up the round a little bit.
Daniel with the match. Okay, so the 17-year-olds all get the 2.
It's just not fair, really.
Avi rips, one up the middle.
Through the Y in the tree. Now it's going to be in great position.
He's a fun player to watch. And Daniel, you can see that arm speed. That disc is coming out fast.
That's got to be almost jump putt from the short side of that OB River, no?
Curious to see. There's a lot of stuff in the way on that right side. Let's see what he has. Tricky upshot for Sias.
Oh, the hyzer gap.
First time we've seen that in coverage. And he gets it into the bowl.
Gavin has had this exact spot 3 times in a row.
Just a little turnover.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Daniel's just not really in a position to go for the 2.
And Avi found a sneaky line. Sit.
So all these guys are going to be putting for birdie, climbing their size. We did have 1 eagle in round 3, a 2 by George Cole. I checked in with him and he said not a putt, but it was a sidearm with a zone from about 250 or so. So really playing the hole the same way that our lead card is playing it.
Well, yeah, you can see that the wind's pushing. They're teeing off even later in the afternoon today. They've been moving back their tee time all 3 days. Early morning, late morning, and now, mid-afternoon. So you can see that wind is pushing.
That was a Cayman, Chris.
Oh, goodness.
I think he threw it 100 long. Kind of an unfortunate reaction off the hard pan.
Kids today. If Gavin can get this to sit. Man, so much just trickles away there.
Wow, a good run from back there.
Let's go, Avi. Nice birdie.
Avi has the hottest start on our lead card here. I think he's probably now taken over the lead. Are we going to get a scoreboard check-in? No, got to wait another hole or two.
Jump out of that cabbage. No, it's going to be a tough putt.
Perfectly played from Sias.
Oh, you see it at that OB flag? I think he's sitting on the line. I think that's the play, though.
Be the number. Come on. Yes. The number.
Both Daniel and Gavin told me that they are headed over to Finland and hoping to scratch their way into the World Championship over there in the summer. So taking advantage of the the break from high school to get in some disc golf at the highest level.
Excited to see them out battling with the big dogs. Oh, leaves that pretty right. Might have a really awkward putt if it's under those picnic tables. The tape is not out of bounds, just caution. Nice and straight. Sit right there.
Gavin's just played this hole at the standstill every time. He's hit the rock every time. Hopefully he's going to have a better position to putt for him than he did in round 2. He didn't really. Man, that is a hard spot.
Mm-hmm.
So Aviel's going to get the only birdie on our card, and that's going to push him to -4 through 8 in this round. It's a hot start.
This guy's ahead of him, probably hearing some footsteps.
They're hearing the footsteps of him running away with him, running away from them, Chris. He's taking a 2-stroke lead into the back 9, and Gavin has fallen off the pace a little bit.
Tough double Mandy. Makes the Mandy. Can it stay safe? No. Leaks OB.
Great angle control by Sias, right in the middle of the sweet spot.
Daniel probably has the power to get there and just doesn't want to mess with that water.
I don't hate seeing these discs move right all the way to the finish. It makes the upshot a little bit longer, but boy, if you can take that ditch completely out of play, as Daniel's done, and then just putt it up there for the birdie, that is a clean way to play this hole. Very repeatable.
Going for it.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, stops the bleeding.
Yeah, it took a little wind out of the sails. That's unfortunate. Sias had to stare that one in, try to bounce around a little.
So right as we said that Avi had taken the 2-stroke lead, he gives 2 strokes to both Daniel and Gavin and knots this thing back up. It's going to be a race to the finish. Chris, as we watch these guys play the 11th, which is one of the easier holes on this layout, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't take a moment to mention, Daniel Boe, the man this tournament memorializes. I had the pleasure to travel with Daniel a little bit, play golf with him. It's a great putt by Gavin. Great man, great sense of humor. an M1 golfer who was really blossoming into a future pro. Just a sad loss for the disc golf community, but it's really a great thing that this community honors his legacy in this way, his memory, and to see his family still be out here and be a part of this event, 10 years on, it's a great thing. And for the 430 players that came out over the past 2 weekends to be a part of this event, to celebrate that memory, it's a real strength of our community.
Yeah, I know he was really, really well liked, and quite a loss for SoCal disc golf community.
We saw a couple of really successful hyzers in round 2, and Daniel's trying to repeat that. But I think the wind has just gotten tougher and tougher every time the guys... Wow, Sias. Wind has just gotten tougher and tougher every time we've played this hole.
Daniel's putt is looking great. Avi, get back on track. Aish. Darn.
Few critical strokes have slipped away from Avi over these last couple of holes.
So it's just a little tricky for a short hole. They're throwing overstable discs, and it's a right to left headwind. You can't really push it out too wide. This hole has nice shape. Looked like Sias pushed it out wide as I said that. Sorry, Sias. Oh, good ground play.
I think in round 1 we saw somebody throw the turnover forehand, opposite spin, which does seem like maybe more technical, but another cool way to approach this hole to shape the gap.
Yeah, I can see why. If you had that touch, why you'd want to try that.
Yeah, all these shots as they glide over the top of the rocks. Man, that's another close one by Avi. As they glide over the top of the rocks, and they're kind of getting away into this really tough position. Daniel!
What a putt. It's kind of sketchy. That drops off. If he misses, he might have another circle edge putt.
He's putting like a man who believes he can win an A-tier today, don't you think?
Looks like he's trying. See if anybody has anything to say about it. TL3 from 400 feet. Nice, Daniel. Oh, just caught that thing. Guess Hart quite happy with these yet. That's Avi with a wraith. Did he turn it? I think he's gonna have a putt.
It's fast green. You see probably a lot of layups from this distance, although maybe not from Avi. Needing to make something happen. Give it to him.
Let's go.
Gavin!
Wow. Didn't look like he was expecting that to hang on.
Huge putt to answer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to get Gavin to 22 under. Going into this, the most challenging stretch of the course. Would think that probably 1 or 2 more birdies out of these final 4 would make it really hard to catch Gavin. So for the rest of these guys, Gonna have to do something special. Maybe press a little bit more on some of these tee shots and get in a position where you can attack.
Well, these next three are all really tough birds. That one might be in position to take a cut at it.
I don't like the result, but you like the miss. Still a good opportunity to make par.
Laying it up. Ooh, if that gets this skip. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Daniel would love to tuck that in close and just take a little pressure off the putter. And likewise, Gavin just trying to take the nerves out of the equation.
It's looking like a bunch of pars for these guys. See if somebody can pick up a stroke on the 486-foot hole 16. Letting it rip.
That big forearm curl from Aviel, allowed to spin. Just holds straight though. He doesn't really get the flexing finish.
Oh. Turn it.
I don't think my order for the tailwind came through.
Nice, Sias.
Pretty spicy jump putt from back there. Couple layups. Kind of easier said than done with some of those logs.
Did you notice which one of these young men got the CTP on the 486-foot uphill hole, Chris? I think it was Mr. Sias Elmore.
When it came out of his hand, it looked like it was pretty serious. Well, Sias still has it too.
There's still a little gas left in that arm.
Yeah. Sias is a great guy to play with. Big turnover, you know. For righties, this is the shape you want.
Big fist pump from Gavin. I think he detects that 2 more inbounds drives could be the recipe for a victory today.
Oh, that's got good shape. Yeah, right on line. Keep going. About circle's edge. Sias with a 1-2. Bang.
Wow.
He's trying. Sias lays it up.
Definitely a layup for
Yeah,
Gavin.
get down, get down. Daniel probably wants this one.
Oh yeah, he's still fighting for that position. Let's go. Great birdie, Daniel.
Up high in the chains, nice and hard. Definitely the intent was clear. Okay, 1 hole left.
And for Gavin, I believe at this point a par would be good enough. He's got Daniel by 2. So Daniel could think about the ace, but I think more likely the percentage play is just to get that birdie and hope, you know, somehow Gavin makes a mistake, throws us out of bounds, something like that. It's not going to happen, though. Not on that drive.
Oh, he gets it high. Is he going for ace? Looked like it hit some stuff.
With the area short of the road crossing being in bounds, there is an opportunity to just play this hole for par, and that's what Gavin's going to do.
Smart play.
Twice in a row. He just wants to see that putter on the ground as soon as possible. We really saw some electric golf from this card, and throughout the whole weekend on the Disconnected channel. If you haven't caught rounds 1 and 2, go back and watch them. See how we got here. Sias with a classy finish, a birdie. Daniel, birdie finish. And Gavin Boss, for the first time, an A-tier champion. Big smile for the 17-year-old.
Gavin Boss!
Daniel Perry held on to second place.
I want to thank my sponsor, Shorn, and all my boys that came out. Yeah!
Thanks all the boys for coming out, he says. Daniel Perry with silver medal, and Zaylin and John Ryan climbing from the second and third cards to get podium finishes. Great golf by those guys in the final round. I'm Ethan, he's Chris. Thanks for joining us for another round of disc golf on Disconnected.